Okay, you guys, hello. I hope that you are having an amazing day today. So today is the last day of Vlogmas. I always upload on Christmas Eve as my last day because after Christmas Eve, I always take a break from YouTube. So by the way, from Christmas Day until the new year, I will be taking a break from YouTube, but I will keep you guys updated in community tab because I should start posting again the week of January. So I believe January 1st is on a Saturday and then January 3rd is on a Monday, so that should be when I upload again or start uploading again. I actually plan to, why am I leaning forward? I don't know. I actually plan to do a lot of planning like this week that I take off. So I'll be taking off 1 full week, so 7 days, and I plan to do a lot of planning. Yes, that's what I plan to do. So I will really be coming up with like a upload schedule. If I want to start adding, you know, more videos instead of doing 1 video a week like I normally did before Vlogmas. But now I have all of my stuff ready to wrap gifts because today is the day before Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve when you guys are watching this. So I pretty much have my wrapping paper. Christian bought a bunch of bows. I got tissue paper. I got the little tape thingies like this, like these little things where you put like the names and stuff. I want this because normally I will number the order in which I want Christian to open the gifts, but I'll never remember what gift is what once I wrap it. And then we have some boxes, which I really hope one of the items fits in. So I've been hiding all of his items right here. So all of his gifts have just been hiding under here. So that is what I'm going to do right now. And then we have to take Kai to a groomer's today. We wanted to make sure he was all freshly groomed for Christmas. And then I'm going to be answering some Q&A questions. So last month over my Instagram, I asked you guys if you had any questions for me or what you would want to see in Vlogmas. And something a lot of people said they wanted to see or hear about in Vlogmas is me talking about my time in the army. So a lot of people on Instagram asked me a bunch of questions. So we'll wrap some gifts. We will bring Kai to the groomers, and then tonight we will do like a little Q&A and stuff about my time in the army. So yeah, that's what we are up to today. Let's get to wrapping, and I will see you guys after I'm done wrapping. I feel like this is gonna be a couple of hours to wrap. I don't know, I just feel like it's gonna take forever because of the amount of things I have. Like maybe it won't take a long time. Depends how good I can wrap it. So it's 2:18 right before I start this. And then I'm going to watch Emily in Paris. Emily in Paris season 2 just came out. So I'm very, very excited, but let's get to that.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind. And she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home, avoid what I can't let go. I don't always think about.
Okay, you guys, I'm mildly sweating. It is now, I think 5 o'clock. Yeah, that's how long it took me to wrap everything. So I'm gonna show you guys because the hubs thinks that he wraps better than me. So we're kind of having like a competition of who wraps better. These are probably my favorite because I love the little like plaid look. And then I put a bow on like each of them. And then I have like this little Santa bag, this cute bag, and then that one, and then I got all of this like tissue paper at the dollar store, this one, which I also think I did really good at. I had to use different wrapping paper because I didn't have enough of this wrapping paper left because it's double-sided, so the other side's like the plaid. So I decided to go with the snowman instead of the little flakies. I don't know what it is about wrapping, but it just makes me so tired. So now I have to go hurry up and put these out by the Christmas tree. The sun's going down, but Kai, our little doggo, has a grooming appointment at 6, so I'm gonna go put all of these out there, and then I'll see you guys when I get back from there because then I can chat with you guys a little bit more and do like the little military time Q&A. Okay, you guys, so it is freaking late. It's like, what, 9 p.m.? It's late. So I thought I would end this vlog by doing a little by doing a little Q&A of questions that people asked me on Instagram. They pretty much asked me any question they wanted to about my time in the military, and he decided that he wanted to chime in. He said, what questions are being asked? I told him, and he's like, I want to chime in some of those. Ain't that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I guess the most asked question is, why did I join the Army? So I didn't plan to join the Army. I definitely thought I was going to go to college. That didn't happen. So my brother told me, hey, at school, you can take pretty much like the Army test or the military test, the ASVAB, and you can get out of class. So I knew if I took the ASVAB, I would get out of class and I would be able to go like home the rest of the day. I wouldn't have to go back to class. That's why I took the test. I didn't take it because I wanted to be in the military or anything like that. But my brother was in, and then when my results came back and I seen the job listings that I could do, I ended up joining. So I didn't plan it at all.
Job listings is what got.
Yeah, I didn't plan on joining. So my brother was in the Army, and then my cousin is in the military. So I just didn't plan on it. And then, yeah, I joined when I was 17. My mom had to like sign the paperwork to sign me away and everything. So that's how I ended up joining. It's not where, you know, a lot of people who are younger like kind of planned that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
They all extra, you know, who.
Yeah, normally they have like, oh, their dad was in, or those kind of people who want.
I love America so much.
They want to join, yeah.
Yeah.
That did not happen with me. It was more so like I wanted to get out of class, and then I actually, when I got my results back, I actually joined. So I didn't even put these questions in order. It's kind of just all over the place. So someone said, do you recommend joining the Army as a career? My 20-year-old cousin is considering. I 100% would. I would have loved to do the 20 years, but I was medically retired in 2018. I would recommend it. It's hard, but I would recommend it.
I would, but I wouldn't have anybody come in. If you have the option to like go to school and get your degree and then come in commissioned, I would say to do that. I would say go be commissioned. One, because your pay is going to be better. It might take you longer. And
your quality of life will be better.
But then again, you still are, like, say you went to college first, like straight out of high school. So then you graduated like, what, 21, 22?
Out of college, yeah.
Out of college, 21, 22. 20 years, you're still retiring at 42, 41, 42.
That's great.
As opposed to 37.
Yeah, so to go to college first, get your bachelor's, and then look into joining.
One, because you're going to make more money. Two, you're going to be treated better in the sense of like, you're not a private. You're in a higher ranking.
So you're treated better.
You're treated better. But I also say like, the people that make the best officers were the ones that are prior enlisted first. Mm-hmm. So
because they understand the struggle. So someone asked, do you get benefits afterwards for life? I got a lot of these questions of people being like, did they pay you out? No, they didn't pay me out, but I did get medically retired. So and he got medically retired. So when I was in the Army, I ended up getting some medical issues that caused me to no longer be able to stay in any longer. So I ended up going through like an 8-month process where they looked over all of my medical issues and they decided, are we going to medically discharge you or medically retire you? When you get medically retired, you actually get a retirement card, and when the Army looks at you, they look at you as a retiree, which is very weird to say. But yes, essentially I get paid, he gets paid, but we get paid disability. That's it. We don't get like a retirement pay or anything like that. But to make it the easiest way for people to understand is when they look at retiree versus medical discharge, it's pretty much how bad is your medical issues. Yeah. So if your medical issues are bad enough, they will retire you, and then you will get pretty much disability depending on how bad your issues are or your medical issues are. Someone asked, what year did I join and leave? So I was in for 3 years.
What year did you join and leave?
2015 or something like that, and then 2018.
Yeah, you did the full like 36 or something like that, right?
Are you overall happy? Would you recommend to anybody else, and would you do it again? I would 100% do it again. I always get asked this question in Q&As on Instagram. I would 1000% do it again, knowing where I'm at now. I feel like I'm much further in my life because of the fact that I joined. I know you agree with that.
I would definitely do it again. Like if I could have like stayed in, I already had the plan. I would
have stayed in long
prior
to 20 years.
Right, like I'm telling you, prior to me being medically retired, I was already in like phase, like about to enact phase 1 of like the rest of my 20-year plan, and I was gonna be set. I knew exactly what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
And everything. I was about to go be a recruiter. I was just gonna be a recruiter for the rest of my time.
We were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was in for almost 7 or 6, just the short end.
Well, I was 6 and
6 and change.
6
so
and like 11 months.
So you were like in 7 years. So he was in a long time. It was kind of sad to get out at that point.
Yeah, because I was almost at the halfway mark.
Yeah. Then with that, was I overall happy? I feel like, yes, I was overall happy. I loved a lot of things about the Army, but there is a big downfall with a lot of the Army. So there's pros and cons. So overall, I was happy, but there are downsides to every job.
Everyone who's in the Army is like, I guess you're happy because you always think like, it could be worse, but
you're not treated the best.
On the flip side, everybody hates their life, bro. You ask anybody how they are, if they enlisted, even some officers like will tell you they do not like their life. They are just like the three things that the Army runs off of: alcohol, nicotine, and like self-hatred, bro. Those are the 3 things that keeps the Army going.
Pretty much, I think it takes a toll on mental and physical health. So you definitely have to look at your pros and cons. Overall, looking back, I was happy. But yeah, you work constantly. You never have a life. You are literally government property. You are physically taxed at all times. You can work every day from like you wake up at like 5 maybe, work out, do all that stuff. And then you don't know when you get off. It's not like a normal job where you wake up every day and you get off at a certain time. You know you're going to work an 8-hour shift. Wake up and you leave when they tell you to leave that day.
Unless you work in the hospital, because if you work in a hospital, you really are.
But you have to choose a hospital job, which is like not most people.
Then you are on a schedule, but you still
night shift, all of that stuff.
Sometimes you still do have to cover down because civilians don't come in and stuff like that. So like but that is the closest you will get to being on a schedule.
And you do a lot of 24-hour shifts where you work for 24 hours straight. It's a lot. So it's physically, mentally, emotionally taxing, is what I would say. Then someone said day-to-day. My day-to-day. So I was supply. People ask me that. Yeah. Our day-to-days are 100% different, but I'm going to sum it down in the easiest way possible. I was supply, so I took care of money and equipment. So I would wake up at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I would have to do my hair, so like gel it back and everything like that. I would then have to meet for formation. It's pretty much where you stand in lines and that's a good word for it. It's accountability. They make sure that every soldier is there, every individual is counted for.
Nobody go AWOL.
Nobody disappeared, anything like that. So we would have that at 6:30, but you always have to be 15 minutes early in the military. So 6:15, you'd have to be down there for accountability. Then you would work out from about 6:30 to 8, the latest. Then from 8 to 9, that's when you would run and shower and eat breakfast. So then I would have to like shower, fix my hair again because it just got like all messed up from working out. And then I would eat and then get to work. So from 9 to 11:30, I would work. From 11:30 to 1, I would have lunch on a good day. Sometimes like 12 to 1. And then from 1 to whenever I'm told I'm off, that's how long I work. So normally I'd work till 6, some nights 9. Because I was supply, I had a lot of deadlines, so I would have to work late a lot of the times. But that's the day-to-day. But there's other things like you go to the field, which is where you like live in a tent for a week or a couple days. So like there's other things that happen, but that's my day-to-day.
Some people don't even be living in a tent, bro. Some people just be in the dirt.
Yes, but that's not my job. That was my day-to-day. And then pretty much when I was working, I was doing things for supply. I was keeping things accountable, ordering things, getting supplies. It was a lot, but I really like supply. I'll recommend that job to anybody. 92 Yankee if you're curious. Someone said, what did you do? So 92 Yankee, you could look up that on Google. Was I ever deployed? No, I was not deployed ever.
Unfortunately. I tried. I tried my damn. I wanted to so bad.
He did go to Korea for a year.
I didn't know danger though.
No, but he did go to Korea for a year. It was just his duty station, but
if you can
go with your spouse.
Go with your spouse, but it is a wonderful time over there.
What was it like dealing with health issues in the service? The worst thing you could ever deal with.
Take it from a medic, bro. Any medic, any nurse, any medical personnel that's in the military, they'll tell you the same thing. Military medicine has got to be the worst thing known to man. Yeah. Literally, like, hey, we don't know what's wrong with this portion of your leg. Get rid of that portion of the leg.
Oh, yeah.
Say, hey, that's a true story. That's Maul, bro. Hey, that's a true story. They said we don't know what's wrong
Someone
with
we know that
They
happened
say,
to.
we don't know what's wrong with your throat. Let's just get rid of that section of your throat, bro.
Yeah. So for the aspect that I want to talk about really quickly, though, because I'm trying to keep this Q&A under like 25 minutes, but I think when it comes to health issues, there is the healthcare side of it, which he was a medic, so he did deal with the healthcare aspect. Being someone who was hurting, I dealt with really bad migraines. Your bosses are trash. I dealt with really good, like some really good people, but others would be like, oh, you had to go to the hospital for a migraine? Well, meet me here at 4 a.m. in the morning tomorrow in uniform, ready to go because you need to work more because you got off today. I went to the hospital.
There's a stigma against taking care of yourself because everyone's a soldier. You're supposed to be a soldier first. And your biggest priority is supposed to be making sure you're ready to go. So there is a stigma against like going to get help to be seen for like your issues. It's not.
Go get seen.
That's not. I would say that's not the way to go, bro. Don't ever let nobody get you on the drinking the Kool-Aid if you do decide to join, where they say stay away from sick call or whatever. Hey,
go
bro,
get seen if you're hurting.
Get seen. Because at the end, say you do your 20, say you're really messed up, but you drink the Kool-Aid and you never go be seen for any of your issues, but then you come to the end of your service and then it's time to get evaluated so that way they can pay you for destroying your body.
Yeah.
If you never go get seen, it didn't happen. Was there strict rules?
Oh, there strict rules in the schedule.
The Uniform Code of Military Justice. That is the strictest rule.
Look that up.
That is the strictest set of rules known to man.
Yeah.
It keeps grown men from like doing things that you would never let be done to you otherwise. It keeps you from reacting to things being done to you that you would never let be done otherwise. It's so strict, but it's effective. It's like the world's greatest like
way to keep people in line.
Yeah. It's a threat you never see.
It's pretty much the rules you have to follow. If you guys look up what he said, look that up, and it's insane. So yeah, it's very strict. It's very strict rules. The last question I really get asked about is SA. That's a question I get a lot, like being a woman and identifying as so.
Yo, it's rough. Quid pro quo shit is real.
I can't even say that. Quid pro.
No, quid.
Quid.
Pro.
Quo. Yes. That's what you were saying.
Yes.
When it died.
Quid pro quo. It's real. Like people will use their positions to gain power over you and to try and coerce you to do things.
Yeah.
It's like what really well known amongst the military that like senior personnel, like if a brand new private or a brand new junior soldier comes in, they will try and use their position in order to like harass that person or like coerce that person into like doing things that
it's more common. I would say 98% of people I know have gone through it, like in some way, shape, or form.
If it's gonna happen, it happens within your first duty station because you're young, you're impressionable, you don't really know much about what's going on.
It's sad.
And what makes it worse is because you have people out there that, like I said, these people that do this type of thing, they are the ones that are in positions of power. So you have people that everybody just wants to keep their job. Nobody wants to get in trouble. So they will.
And you don't want to be treated differently.
And you don't want to be treated differently. You have leaders that won't like help their soldiers and act out because they will have to go against their bosses.
But yeah, the person above me, I was really lucky. I was really lucky to have someone who, if I was,
Can you still see me in the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I was feeling uncomfortable by a higher person or another male or something like that, I would be able to tell my boss and he would make sure that person knew to fucking stop.
Yeah, and
you were like that with your soldier.
For all the dudes that are, I don't know if they're like dudes that are thinking about watching, but
mostly women watch my stuff.
I was about to say, if you are thinking about joining and you're a dude, hey, eventually you will. If you try and do it for the long haul, or some people fast track and become leaders really quick within their first contract. So if you are thinking about doing it and you just so happen to find yourself in a leadership role, if you got people up underneath you that you got to take care of, bro, take care of your damn soldiers. Like, especially if females, actually help them. That it's like one of the most annoying and frustrating things because the people that could help just, I don't know, for some reason they're scared to help.
Yeah.
And you would think like with all the money that like the military pours into combating this issue and how much training, everybody in the military knows that's the number one thing we get trained on the most. But for some reason it's still like the army, it's still the Army's biggest issue.
Yeah.
And for me, I know me personally, I had one female soldier. I was probably the most annoying person.
Yeah.
Because I was just super hyper aware and extra about it. If I even thought somebody was like
getting too close,
like I'm in their face, I'm in your business.
And you also watched me go through.
Yeah, and I also, when I was a junior soldier, I watched her go through it.
So you really knew, okay, this is what women are going through.
Because it was one of those things where it was like, I was a junior soldier. When I watched it happen to you, say, hey, I'm a leader now. I got a little bit more power. I don't got a lot of power, but I got some power. And I'm using it as best as I can, bro.
Yeah.
Number one problem for a reason.
I wanted to make that known because I've talked about it on my Instagram before. I don't remember when. It was a while back. But people were asking me questions because I do weekly Q&As on my Instagram. And they were asking me about how that is like SA and stuff in the military and how I dealt with seeing it or maybe like experiencing it or whatever. And I just wanted to make sure to like add it in this video because it is a real thing.
That's how it is. It's the number one problem in the military for like...
Sharp, all of that, yeah.
It is the number one problem in the military. Every year. You ask anybody what the number one problem, that's the answer. Sharp.
It's so sad, like, it's so fucked. But yeah, I wonder if there's any resources I can link in the description about that.
Yeah, there's a very good, like this dude did like a spoken word poem type thing.
About this situation?
Yo, it's so fire. It's one of the best things I've ever seen.
Oh, send it over. I'll link it in the description.
It's one of the best things. I saw it when I first went to Korea.
Yeah.
Korea had like this really, like, it was like a pilot program that they did for like the Army's sexual assault and response prevention program thing. Mm-hmm. It was like a pilot program and it was like brand new and they did it to like all the new people coming into Korea. Yeah, it was really good.
Really?
It was really good.
But yeah, that is pretty much the Q&A for today. So we pretty much wrapped gifts. Got Kai grown. You so happy right now.
Good, smelling good.
He really does from here smell so freaking good. I don't know what they be using on him, but
my boy smells.
I just love when his white fur really comes out. It looks so good. Oh, he's so happy. He's just living his best. Living his best fucking life with his little tongue. That's my favorite. Okay, so that's pretty much all for this video. This is going to be the last video of Vlogmas. I definitely wanted to make sure I did like my Army Q&A because it's one of my most asked things to do is just talk about my time. If you guys have any more questions, I can answer them in the comments. And thanks, babe. You wanted to join for this one.
Yeah, that's just something to say. Y'all, I don't know everything about the military, but I know a lot.
Especially, yeah, the questions that were asked.
Yeah.
So that's all, you guys. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. I'm uploading this on Christmas Eve, so I hope you guys have the best holiday time, the best week. And I'll be back the first week of January.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. He will try and speak.
Speak.
That's enough speaking for him today. That's what he just said.
Yeah.